Hi, my name is Dean Harrell and I'm the plant science instructor at Cuesta College, and I'm going to show you a little bit about how we sucker rootstocks off of grapevines. Now, it's really common that grapevines have been grafted to a rootstock. There are a few plantings of vines that are still own rooted, and some winemakers feel this makes the best quality, and that's a risk that the winemaker can take in that situation. Typically vines are on rootstocks. In Paso Robles area, our 1103 Paulson is kind of the kingpin. It has two parents. One of the parents has good lime tolerance, it has good drought tolerance, and it's just a really solid performing rootstock for this area. One of the benefits of this rootstock is it handles those variations in temperature that we have really well in Paso Robles. As you're aware, in the springtime before bud break, the temperature can vary greatly. Some days are really nice and warm. I mean, some days in January or even February, we can get up to 75 degrees or maybe 80 once in a while. And then maybe 2 or 3 days later, it's very cold and we're down to freezing temperatures or below. And so what we've found over the years is that 1103 Paulson rootstock is a fabulous rootstock to handle those variations in temperature. Now, when you're sending your crew through the field to do your training pass, normally we would assign separate individuals to perform the removal of the rootstock suckers. And the reason we do that is because it's different than removing the shoots on the top of the vine, and the workers have to be really diligent about digging out the rootstock sucker so that they can see where it connects to the existing vine. So I'm gonna go ahead here. This is a Cabernet Sauvignon vine, and here's your 1103 rootstock. I'm gonna go ahead and dig out this rootstock sucker here. I'm just being careful not to damage the trunk, but to expose the rootstock. Can you see that well on your side? I'm going to go ahead here and take my pruning shears here. Here you can see that this rootstock sucker is connected to the trunk of the vine right at this location. And then you can see already there's another rootstock sucker growing out that hasn't developed green leaves yet. I'm going to go ahead and take my pruning shears. I'm going to put the blade side of the shears right next to the vine so I get the closest cut possible. I'm going to lay it right in there and make a flat cut. And in that way, I'm not leaving any buds at the base of the shoot so that this will not regrow. In this situation, I'm going to go ahead and leave that open with the soil. It's not a very deep hole. I'm going to leave it open for a little bit and let that heal up. In the soil, there is crown gall bacteria, and in this situation, normally it wouldn't infect the vine. However, I just want to give that vine a chance to dry and heal up. So when you're taking off rootstock suckers, like I said, it's really important to sever it right at the base of the vine. Get rid of that basal whorl of buds, or those 8 to 10 buds that are at the base of the shoot, so that you don't have to go through year after year and pay for this suckering operation. I've seen vineyards that have so many rootstock suckers that we couldn't really afford to go back through and clean up all the rootstock suckers effectively and stay in budget. So it's really important when the vines are young. These vines here are only 1 year old. It's really important when they're young to do a very diligent job about opening up the hole, making that nice flat cut, and eliminating the rootstock sucker entirely.